Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Midori's Midnight Sessions, Season 4. Oh my god, ang tagal ko ding hindi nakapag-record. My apologies for that. Just a lot of stuff has happened and I wasn't feeling up to par. Um, I would say the past few weeks have been really eventful. Ang tagal ko hindi nakapag-record. My last episode was like 2 weeks ago, and a lot has happened since then. And I don't know, like parang just well, for one, a a typhoon happened for one, and so 2 weeks ago napagaw ng uwi kasi it was really weather was really bad and it just went ham. And I don't like I was gonna try to record din kasi but just a lot of stuff happened and I wasn't able to do so. And parang ano kasi uh, hindi ako nag I mean, hindi pala nag-iisip. Hindi ako um tawag dito. Hindi ako uh nag paano ba? Minsan kasi ganun eh, parang na may mental block ako sa mga nangyari over the past week. So I really have to record ASAP. Ganun lang talaga siguro yung memory ko. I don't know, like it's probably just my memory fucking up with itself. I don't care who listens to this. Honestly, I really don't. Like, what's the point? And today kasi if you see my shirt's tucked in because it has a heating pad. There's a heating pad na nakadikit doon. And so the thing is, there was there was last week's topic, which was absolutely, and I mean absolutely insane. Like, yeah, I get it. It was like the usual stuff, but what I was like most baffled and surprised with it, kasi like I was expecting it, like parang with how the past 2 weeks prior to that were just, I'm not gonna lie, it's absolute bullshit. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe he would, like maybe he would follow the pattern, and I'm just like, I was so surprised when he was like, you you guys better prepare your shit. Like, you better brace yourselves. This shit's gonna be really heavy. And he kept saying it throughout, and I was just like, what the actual fuck is happening right now? Yo! 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 Seriously? Like, you ain't shitting me right now, are you? Parang ganun talaga yung reaction ko. Sakto, nagsusulat ako sa may workbook. If you have seen the previous episode, I showed you the workbook. I don't have it right now. Like, talagang parang, napaano ako sa workbook. Napatingin ako dun sa seminar. I'm like, te, legit ba to? Like, narinig ko ba to? Like, ha? Like, parang hindi ako makapaniwala. Like, I was just thinking to myself, like, holy shit, someone actually understands. Like, someone's actually like, like, parang someone actually like understands the nuance of this, like saying these kinds of stuff. Cause this shit, like this kind of shit is ain't easy, y'all. And it ain't worth bullshitting, like hindi siya pwedeng gaguhin lang. Like especially if eto ha, I will be honest about this. If your experience is like not really fucked up enough, hindi mo maintindihan eh. And I don't really have a word for that, but like the more appropriate term would that for that would be um if it's not debilitating, life debilitating enough, hindi mo maintindihan eh. Hindi mo maintindihan yung ano nun, yung struggle of that to really find that kind of clarity ba. Kasi may mga tao minsan na hindi nila nararanasan yun or hindi nila parang they are still on the journey toward that clarity na sinisik nila pero minsan their minds are just clear or their experiences are like they shape them pero hindi rin kasi parang paano ba? Hindi rin siya kasi nakakaani, s- it's not soul crushing, When something happens to you that really crushes your soul, crushes your psyche, like that's a whole lot different than say um hindi ka nakapasa sa board exam. I'm sorry, Pastor Arvin. I love you, but I just have to use you as an example. I'm sorry, but if it's not fucked up enough, it's not fucked up enough. And I know ball, like I know ball. And I've talked about it in this podcast so many times that I have lost count. Like you can just go back to season 2, which when you think about it is a soft reboot of this entire show because I really started doubling down on these personal topics. Um ang naisip ko lang talaga was I was just so seen that time. You don't even fucking understand. The pastor that week had aphasia. And I believe somebody in Hollywood had that. And I believe it was I will look it up real quick. I believe it was Bruce Willis. I believe he has aphasia. Hindi lang ako sure. Hindi dementia pala siya. Sino may aphasia sa Hollywood? Oo nga, meron nga siya. Meron nga siya. Meron nga siya. He had, yun yung first diagnosis ni Bruce Willis. He had aphasia kasi bago siya naging dementia pala. So parang kung iisipin nyo, it really fucks you up. Like that, hindi lang naman yung diagnosis eh. Like, I mean, it is like, but for me, like, hearing it from a doctor, you know, like, nung nagwo-working diagnosis na siya, I wasn't surprised anymore kasi I knew from the very beginning that I have like some kind of PTSD. I just didn't know what exactly. And on top of that, meron akong major depressive disorder and I have generalized anxiety disorder. So, it's just something that was not new to me anymore. It wasn't something na, alam niyo yun, parang, hindi na siya bago, hindi na siya nakakagulat. So, and parang, with my reaction over the past year or so, it's really basically a confirmation of all that. Pero Ate Jamie has said this kanina sa sermon. Sabi niya, like, parang hindi siya nabigyan ng permission to feel because she was dazed. Hindi floating eh. The correct term for that is actually dazed. Like, somebody's so dazed that they forget to feel, that they forget to, like, feel that, na nare-repress na nila yung totoo nila na naman. That's what happened to me eh. That's what happened to me. Like, I just feel like, I just felt that I was living in the days. I still feel it to this day. Na parang naka-autopilot ka lang. I was explaining this to Kwe last week. Na parang naka-pilot ka lang. Naka-autopilot ka. Like, you have a set routine every week at least. Like, you just do something that you know would make you survive. Kain, tulog, like play some games to take your mind off of shit, you know, that kind of the kind of shit, you know, like yun lang yung ano mo eh, yun lang yung kaya mo at the time. Di mo naman masisisi yung tao kasi that's the extent of what they can do. Like again, that's just what their body can tolerate, you know. You're in a state of just whimsical, dazed. Like, it's a dazed whimsy. But dazed would be the correct term, actually. Na parang it's like everything's just fleeting for your mind, you know? Everything's a fleeting moment. And just may mga naalala kong certain times, certain days, certain events. May mga naalala kong ganon. But sometimes I would have to like document some part of it. Like, you know, this podcast, writing about it, tweeting about it, talking about it on stream. You know, that kind of stuff. And hindi siya like I am not gonna lie to you. Parang sinabi ko sa kanya na nagigets ko siya. I really do get her. Kasi, sabi ko, I get you. Because, I mean, I can't really tell you to stay strong because that's a lot of bullshit. And I know, like, I know that from experience, people. It's not something that I could say to you na parang I feel like I'm detached from it. Like, it's not my experience, but I could give advice, you know? Hindi ganun. Parang, I totally get her, and I totally relate to her. And I know how she feels, kasi I'm in that situation, you know? It's not something I can bullshit about, you know? As much as I wanted to talk to her, I also didn't want to disclose. Yun lang yung ano nun, yun lang yung pinaka-con nun. Kasi, when I do, ewan ko na lang. Kasi te, mabigat na. Stop na tayo doon. Like, I know you're dealing with heavy stuff right now, so, I'll get back to you when you get better na lang. Parang ganun. And honestly, kasi sobrang pili na din na, like, I really, 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 really choose the people that I would disclose to. Hindi na siya ganun kadali. You know? Hindi na siya casual Tuesday drop. Hindi na siya ganun. I really have to choose. Kasi, pag hindi kasi, I mean, even when I choose, nag-iiba pa rin yung reaction ng katawan ko. Hindi pa rin siya ganun kasanay to like disclose that kind of story. Hindi eh. Even nga noon eh, nanginginig na ako. Like, iba yung ano ko eh. It was really that interview back in March na talagang really awakened that reaction from me. And I think ever since, parang I'm really like striding between absolute chaos in my body. Like, talagang tremors and struggles with eye contact and all that. Um, or I could tell it like just another Tuesday. It's either of the two. And alam niyo yun, parang hindi ko rin alam kung saan ba ako lulugar. Hindi ko rin alam kung kakayanin ba nila? Would they have the emotional capacity to do so? Would they tolerate what I say? Kasi, again, this is a trigger. This is a triggering story. Like, si, di ba nga, ika nga sa mga balita, naglalagay sila ng babala na pasintabi po sa mga kumakain dyan. Sensitibo po ang balitang ito. Uh, it works in the same way, you know, kasi again, we're talking about the sensitive topic. This is fucking sexual abuse, for God's sake. Like, how are you supposed to tell that kind of story, right? That I was abused. I was sexually abused. Like, how can you tell that to another person? 'Di ba? Na baka mamaya hindi rin naman sila emotionally capable to hold that kind of space. As much as their emotional capacity is wide, it's vast, you know. Hindi mo rin sila maisisi kung di rin nila kakayanin. Look at Ate Jack, for example. Like, may limit siya, di ba? Somebody can only do so much with what was entrusted to them. Depende na lang din sa kanila kung anong gusto nilang gawin. Ayoko din namang i-pressure yung sarili ko to really open up. I think it would take time kasi. And parang kanina, like, nahihiya na ako. After the hug, like, I wish I could have disclosed to her na din. But with just the amount of people that were there, like, that could probably hear what I'm about to say, it's just not something that would be viable at the moment din talaga. Like, honestly, if we're gonna do that, yung kami lang dalawa, 'di ba? Yung kami lang. Like, Ate Jack and I can do that kasi, you know, she's my life group leader. And I would actually talk to her about it. You know, parang it's just something na kailangan mo ding timingan kung magdi-disclose ka ba. Pero the reason why I titled this episode the way that it is titled kasi I think she says, I don't know if she says this prayer, pero kasi parang she frequently says this. I don't know if it's her. Hindi ko sure kung siya or it's somebody else. But there is a part in the prayer or like she usually utters that. Hindi lang kanina. But she usually says something along the lines of itago mo ko sa iyong likuran. And well, for many of the people who attend church, that might be a prayer. Or for the pastor, prayer siya. Parang, alam niyo yung, it takes on a whole meaning for me. Like, a whole different meaning. Like, alam mo yun, what would that feeling be like? Na ikaw, kunwari, like, somebody's in front of you, like, think of Ate Jack, for example. Like, if she's in front of me and she hides me behind her, parang ganon. Like, for example, if this is me and if this is somebody else, think of Ate Jack again. Parang ganyan. Parang, 'di ba? It's literally like itago mo ako sa iyong likuran. But like when I think about it, it's more like protection. Hindi siya like parang sabi, I think it was Pastor RJ last week that said this. I'm more like a vessel. Parang ang naisip ko with that prayer kasi was to hide me behind you. Parang pakitago ko sa likuran mo. Kasi hindi ko kaya magano. I don't want to face people looking like an idiot, and I don't want to face people looking like I'm fucking about to break anytime. Parang ganon. Like, naisip ko siya, I think, last week. Kasi, parang parang, alam mo yun, like, it's so mundane for them. But for me, it feels like a lifeline, you know? It feels like something that I want to cling to. But who would be the people to do that for me? Like, hindi ko naman kailangan ng sobrang acting, like, I don't need that kind of bullshit. I just feel like if somebody's by my side, like, if somebody's gonna help me disclose. Tinanong nga ako ni Ate Jack last week, I think. Ba't mo kailangan dalhin mag-isa? And I can't really say to her that I never had a choice. I'm gonna say it to her next week. But that's the thing, like, when you are just dealt with so much shit na pang asking for help was not a choice in the first place. Being vulnerable was not a choice in the first place. Kasi you have to put a strong face. And I totally get Ate Jamie here. I totally get where she's coming from. It's just a lot of shit does not permit you to be that child, Siguro ganun ang buhay. Hindi parang, hindi, ang buhay kasi minsan hindi ka rin pinapayagan to be soft. Hindi ka pinapayagan to be vulnerable. Hindi ka pinapayagang manghingi. Kaya nga ngayon parang asking for help is so much of a tall order for me. Kasi hindi ako ganun eh. I've always survived things on my own. I've always done things on my own. All of the things that I've done because no one supports me, I did music because they weren't really as encouraging as, like, hindi naman sila encouraging of a solo songwriting career. Hindi naman ako magpe-pursue ng college ng journalism in college if, I was given the opportunity to practice journalism. As much as I love being part of the school paper, pero kasi when you have the adrenaline of the press conferences, the school press conferences, yun yung may adrenaline kasi dun eh. Hindi naman ako pinalad dun. So I'm just like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna set out to be a journalist. I mean, I still haven't fulfilled that dream of mine yet. And masakit kasi I'm getting older and I still am stuck. Pero ika nga ng Bini, buhay nga, di karera, di ba? Ako kasi parang ayoko ding mag-rush. Like, I don't want to rush the ending, kumbaga. Kasi when you think about it, everything that I do is still research. It's just not, like, it's not the research na talagang sinusulat sa papel, may citations and all that. Kasi kailangan mo ring ipaintindi sa panel mo, sa mga taong nakikinig doon na hindi naman one size fits all ang trauma. It never was. Some might experience the death of a loved one and be traumatized by it. Some might experience abuse and, just be stoic about it, never care about it. Some might experience violence, war, crime, and just absolutely lose their shit. They flinch every time they hear a gun, a bullet fired. Diba? Like, kung iisipin nyo, hindi naman pare-pareho ng tolerance ang tao sa trauma. Hindi. And, I mean, I've learned this from experience. It's harder to repress. Trust me, it's harder to repress. Like, repression kasi actually does something to your brain over time. Like, look at me now. I forget, like, what happened last week. And nothing much happened last week. So just imagine, like, how crazy is that? I forgot so much. Motherfucking hell, I forgot, like, what year the abuse happened. For God's sake. And that is such an important detail. Kung isipin nga, nung naganong ako sa polis, tinanong ako, bakit ngayon ka lang nag-report? Hindi natin ma-pursue yung kaso mo kasi hindi mo alam kung kailan yung date eh. Again, hindi lahat ng tao may same na reaction to trauma. Like some might be like me na ilalagay sa hukay. Let it be forgotten for a time, and then babalik na parang, hi, it's me, bitch. Diba? May mga ganun eh. Like, hindi niya naman masisisi yung, you can't blame me for just feeling everything now. It's something that I've been working on for years, and mahirap i-unlearn yung ganong kind of behavior. Ang dami kong kailangang i-unlearn kasi they are not helping me access the help that I actually need in the long run. It's fucked up, I know. Ang iniisip ko lang is, the question is, would somebody actually permit me to hide behind them? Can I cry? Can I crumble? Like, pwede ko bang sabihin na ayoko na, pagod na ako maging hypervigilant, pagod na akong tumingin kung, like, if there's danger here, there's danger there, there's danger everywhere. Pagod na akong, like, allowed ba ako sabihin na pagod na akong magpakatatag? Kasi yung buhay minsan parang hindi eh. Like, hindi ka pinapayagan eh. Buti sana kung, here's the thing, buti sana kung may support system ako, 'di ba? Wala akong ganun, gago. Wala akong ganun, paano ko makakaano? Like, that's why I keep saying na I have to survive on my own kasi wala akong lalapitan. Tinatawa-tawa ko lang yan. Pero guys, it is actually imperative that you have support din talaga as you go through these kinds of trials kasi when you don't have support, everything's just bullshit. You know? Everything that you say, everything that you do, everything that you try to project to other people, it will be bullshit in the long run kasi kung hindi mo rin naman naman sa sarili mo, what's the point of wanting to understand about yourself, wanting to heal yourself? If you don't even understand the extent of the damage these things have done to you, 'di ba? Hindi mo yun naman maintindihan. Eh, di pa, nagagaguhan lang tayo dito, 'di ba? And I'm not saying this kasi I heard it from the grapevine. But the thing is, we have to really, 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 really reflect and like, kailangan nating ma-realize na minsan talaga ginagago lang tayo ng buhay. And we just need to learn exactly that and we have to do something about that. And sometimes doing that can be asking for help or lending that help. Pero pag wala kang support system, wala din. Swerte. Like, kung tutusin nga, swerte yung mga swerte yung mga kag-graduate on time, swerte yung mga makakapasa sa board exam, swerte yung mga makaka-heal from a lot of the trauma that their life has caused them. Kasi they have support by their side. They have protection, you know? And ang sakit-sakit humingi ng ganun. Na parang inang katiting na nga lang ng katitig nga lang ang hinihingi ng tao, but di mo pa ibibigay. It's not like I'm asking for you to conquer the world, di ba? It's not like asking you to ascend upon the heavens and just assert domination on a D-post, di ba? I can't, like, it's just so hard to admit. But I really, 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 really want to be protected. Like, I want people to advocate for me. I don't have to talk shit, you know? I don't have to keep saying shit. Like, this bitch is hurting. This bitch, like, just wants to fucking die. Like, I can't be always the one saying that. I wanna fucking die. I just wanna fucking kill myself, you know? I apologize. I would have to put a trigger warning. Pero kasi ganun eh. Like, hindi mo rin naman masasabi. Hindi mo rin naman maaamin. Parang gusto mo lang din naman na may tatago din sa likuran mo. I don't know who will that be. And I don't know if they would actually be able to pull that off. But I hope they do. And I hope that there would be an army of people in front of me trying to protect me. You know? Yun lang naman. Hindi naman ako nahingi ng sobra. I just hope like I would be actually brave enough to admit that. That to this day, I still feel like a child. Still feel like I'm 17 watching TV right here in this room, you know? Sometimes I'm 13 watching here. Showtime, nakaiga sa kama. Minsan nakabuka ka pag ang suot duster, so nakapante lang ako. Imagine nyo, like, these are the images that form in my mind, and some people just don't understand the extent of that. That that yearning kasi is something na mahirap i-explain sa ibang tao at mahirap i-explain unless you know the context. Na for me, hindi lang siya dasal. Hindi lang siya parte ng dasal. It's kind of a yearning. A yearning that I couldn't really comprehend, and a yearning na hindi ko ma-explain sa ibang tao until they know that it is something that I've always yearned for. And something that I know and I've only come to realize that I really yearned for. So, guys, oh my god, I need to end this. I need to end this kasi sobrang haba na. I know I rambled on too much and I apologize for that. But I was really hoping that you enjoyed this episode and I will see you guys next time. Bye!